Hello fellow humans and welcome back to Shitcoin Fundamentals, the channel on YouTube in which we dig through the steaming pile of shitcoins to find the gold nuggets within. And today I want to talk about my 8 reasons why I invested in Polkadot, or DOT under the short name which it is traded. Of course, in the beginning the disclaimer, this is not financial advice. Please do always your own research before you invest in anything. To help you with your research, I leave all of the sources that I used to make this video in the description down below, so use them. In case you have any doubts, contact your financial advisor. So with this out of the way, let's start with the first reason why I invested in Polkadot. The first reason why I invested in Polkadot is also the reason why I started to look into Polkadot in the first place. These are the Parachain auctions that happened over the course of the last year. 5 of these Parachains are currently auctioned and active already. I'm invested in 2 of them. I think it's a very good approach to basically let the community decide what kind of applications should run on Polkadot. Additionally, it's of course a great way to earn return of investment, as by staking your Polkadot, you get the native coin of that project in return as a reward for pledging to that project. I think it's a great approach. However, the bad news is if you missed the Polkadot auction, I'm not sure if there will be any new ones, because they're currently implementing a pay-per-block approach for connecting new parachains. And there are no new parachain auctions currently announced, so I'm not sure if there will be any. However, if you want to stay up to date, stay with the channel here and also connect to the social media platforms of Polkadot. My second point why I invested in Polkadot is of course also connected to the parachains. I think that there's great parachains currently active on Polkadot. There are currently 5 slots auctioned. The projects are called Akala, Moonbeam, A-Star, Parallel Finance and Clover. I think most notable of these 5 are Moonbeam and A-Star. They both bring EVM, so Ethereum smart contract system, to Polkadot. I think this is a great approach because the EVM environment is the most used environment for smart contract development. And I think it's a good approach to have it on Polkadot and allow developers that are already experienced with Ethereum smart contracts to implement them also on Polkadot and connect them potentially with other systems. The other projects that have currently parachains are mostly DeFi projects. What I'm a little bit missing is other parachains that connect Polkadot not just to Ethereum but also to, for example, Binance and other systems. I hope they will follow in the near future. If you enjoy the video so far, please leave a like to the video and consider subscribing to the channel. There's much more content already available and also coming up. Also, stay to the end of this video because the biggest reason will be my reason number 8, so stay until the end of the video. My third reason, however, is of course the Kusama network. It's basically a sister network to Polkadot, which is, some people call it a testnet. It's not exactly a testnet, it's its own project. However, it has a little bit more liberal approach to adding parachains to it, which allows to test different kind of parachains, different kind of applications, and just be a little bit crazy and try something new, where when it moves on Polkadot, the project should be also already a little bit more mature. So basically, it is kind of a testnet, but implemented in a little bit different way, which I think is very interesting because there is already financial pressure on Kusama. So you have to pay to be part of Kusama. So it's not just that anybody can just submit a project. And there is also pressure on the team already to build a very, very good solution. And that very good solution can then move on to Polkadot later on. One example is Moonriver that was on Kusama, and Moonbeam, which is the same team that is currently active on Polkadot. I think altogether, Kusama and Polkadot together is a super interesting approach, and I really see the benefit of having this daughter network or sister network active. My fourth reason why I have invested in Polkadot has to do with the technology behind it, namely the consensus algorithm. Polkadot is using something called nominated proof of stake. This is in contrast to, for example, Ethereum that uses proof of work, that is of course very inefficient, has high energy costs connected to it, and might not be scalable in the future. Polkadot uses proof of stake, which is much more energy efficient as it uses the stake of the user to allow them to vote for a transaction and create blocks. However, they add another layer of security by having the validator, that is the entity or the node that creates the block and confirms or denies transactions within this block. But there's also a nominator, which basically elects the validator. This adds another level of security to it and makes the Polkadot blockchain much more secure compared to other proof-of-stake based systems. One of the big reasons for me to invest into Polkadot was, of course, the team. Most notably, there is Dr. Gavin Wood, which is one of the co-founders of Polkadot, but was also one of the co-founders of course, Ethereum, and the former CTO of Ethereum. He not just brings a ton of experience and know-how in blockchain technologies, because he made most of the theoretical background that is used in many blockchain projects today, but he also has seen a lot of problems in the Ethereum project and tries to solve them by using new technological approaches in Polkadot. I think this is a great motivator and a great sign. They have the motivation to do a better solution, and they have also the experience to do it. If you want to know more about the team and about the technology of Polkadot in general, check out my video that I made a while ago about Polkadot. I will leave it up in the corner here, this corner it is, and just check it out and have a look. My next point is of course also connected to Gary Wood and the closeness to the Ethereum project of Polkadot. I think it's a great asset to have a solution that is already implementing EVMs, as Polkadot is doing, and is building connections to Ethereum, however, is solving some of the problems that Ethereum has, like for example, high gas fees, high environmental impact, and many, many others. So Polkadot has the potential to be the next Ethereum. And by being so close technologically, but also from the community side, there is a huge probability that many smart contracts from the Ethereum blockchain will actually migrate towards Polkadot because it's just a better solution, cheaper gas fees, and so on. I think this is a great benefit and a great potential for Polkadot. Another reason for me to buy Polkadot was that it has the Web3 Foundation standing behind it. The Web3 Foundation is basically a foundation founded by the founders of Polkadot that wants to implement Web 3.0 applications in a wider range. It's much wider than Polkadot or Kusama, which are both projects of the Web3 Foundation, but there's much more to that than that. That means there's an existing community that is bigger than Polkadot and Kusama together that is basically holding up these projects, which I think is a very good approach and has very high potential for finding new applications for Polkadot, Kusama, and whatever other projects might arise in the future. The last, but for me one of the most important reasons why I invested in Polkadot is a technological reason. It is actually the possibility to run blockchain updates without forks. I think this is an amazing feature that Polkadot has. We see this current mess with, for example, Ethereum 2.0, where forks are required, and it's a little bit messy process. Having the ability to update your blockchain without needing a fork is, I think, a huge benefit. There are, of course, other systems which have that ability. However, I think Polkadot is one of the best integrated solutions that offer that possibility. And I think this is a huge benefit, because not needing forks means you can push more often upgrades, which means in the long run, you will have the better product in the end. This is, I think, a huge holdback for Bitcoin as well as for Ethereum, that upgrading these two projects is hugely difficult. And I think this is a big benefit for Polkadot, and was my number one reason why I invested in Polkadot. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did so, please leave a like. If you have any comments, you disagree with something, you have another point that you would like to add to the list, please do so in the comments down below. I'm happy to discuss with you there. Please also consider subscribing to the channel. It really means a lot to me and it really keeps me going. So I hope to see you next time. Bye.